The spotlight is back on government formation in the national capital, and we've got some breaking news coming in here as Delhi's Game of Thrones enters the final lap. The Aam Aadmi Party has worked upon a strategy to counter the BJP. The first move, and this is information that you're getting exclusively here on Headlines Today, the first move will be to scuttle the invitation by appealing to the president. In case the BJP gets the invitation and faces a floor test, it will try to disrupt the House. The Aam Aadmi Party will try to disrupt the House if its MLAs are found missing. It will then insist on a House vote if the Lieutenant Governor sends a message asking for a secret ballot. It further believes that it will have the last laugh, since the rules of conduct in voting are the Speaker's prerogative, which in Delhi at this time belongs to the Aam Aadmi Party. Well, that's the latest that we're getting to you at this time.
So the efforts are very much on. You had a meeting with with the Home Minister. What do you really have to say about this entire process?
No, I don't want to say anything. I haven't received any kind of formal invitation yet. मेरे पास कोई निमंत्रण आएगा, इन्विटेशन आएगा, then we will think about it कि क्या मुझे करना है. अभी मैंने जैसा कहा है, हमारे पास अगर कुछ इस तरह की स्थिति होगी, we'll do a critical analysis of the situation, whether we are able to form the government or not. So that is our stand. Our stand is very clear.
Your stand has always been that you will not indulge in any horse trading, but definitely you don't have the numbers. What are the options available with BJP?
No, we have never claimed that we have enough number with us. हमारे साथ 29 विधायक अभी हैं, 3 हमारे MPs हो गए हैं. ये तो जब हमारे पास आएगा तो मैंने कहा कि when I'm saying we will do a micro detailing, we will do a critical analysis, means everything. Then we will assess our situation. हम दिल्ली की जनता के साथ किसी भी तरह का कोई भी मिसचीव नहीं करना चाहते हैं. हम कोई हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग नहीं करना चाहते, लेकिन अगर सरकार कौन हमको समर्थन देना है ये देखना पड़ेगा हमको, और उस एनालिसिस के बाद ही हम कोई जवाब दे पाएंगे.
So you also talked about NCT 1991 section 9 of 2. What is that section? Are you looking at that option?
No, I am not saying this. This constitution says. मुझे मालूम नहीं है. ये LG के यहाँ से जो मीडिया की खबरें हैं उसमें ऐसा आया है कि आप एक सीक्रेट बैलेट कर सकते हैं जिसमें LG हाउस बुला सकते हैं, हाउस बुला करके वो कह सकते हैं यू शुड चूज योर लीडर, और जो लीडर होगा उसमें एंटी डिफेक्शन लागू नहीं होता है, और इसलिए उनको लगता होगा कि अभी चुनाव की बात नहीं की है. ये संभावना है, तो LG को इसका जवाब देना है.
I want to bring in Headlines Today's Ankit Tyagi, breaking the story first and exclusively here on Headlines Today. Ankit, it's the big Aam Aadmi Party fight back. This is the last lap. It's a high-stakes game at this point of time. It could go either way. The Lieutenant Governor has invited the BJP. It's all, the onus is going to be on the Aam Aadmi Party now to actually mount a fight back at this time.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. There's no doubt that the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, will be mounting a counter-offensive as far as the BJP's whole idea of forming the government in Delhi is concerned. Remember, since morning, the party has been crying foul. They believe that BJP should not be allowed or invited for this, because earlier in December, it was the BJP that said that with 32 MLAs said that they do not want to form the government. Now, the exclusive information that we are breaking on this bulletin, of course, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party strategy is concerned, is that they are, of course, going to first meet and appeal to the president to intervene in the matter. The Aam Aadmi Party has already asked for an appointment with the president, which they are yet to get. Second, if the BJP is actually invited for the government formation and they are asked for a floor test, then the party believes that the only option for the BJP would be to somehow try and lure the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs or the Congress MLAs. Right now, given the strength of the House, that is 67, the BJP will require at least 5 of either the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress MLAs to be absent to prove the majority in the House. In that case, the party will disrupt the assembly, and the speaker would have no option but to adjourn the assembly. Then if the BJP, if the Lieutenant Governor suggests a secret ballot, the party will insist that a floor test should be done. The BJP, it should be done with the majority. If the majority of the House believes that a secret ballot should be conducted, then only the BJP would be allowed in that case. The party is now banking on the speaker. The speaker, remember, Shiv, is from the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is what their trump card in this whole battle.
And Arvind Kejriwal has in fact not spoken out directly about this, but a few days ago, Ankit, he in fact tweeted, will BJP fall to any level to acquire power? And it's in that context that you're seeing this fight back by the Aam Aadmi Party. First and exclusive details here on Headlines Today. It's going to be a tense fight. Ankit will be getting you more breaking news at 7 p.m. as well over the next hour everything you need to know about the new government in Delhi and how it's going to be formed. While Delhi's political deep freeze is set to be over, the BJP looks set to form the next government in the capital if things go the party's way. Lieutenant Governor Najib Jung has made up his mind and has written to the president saying that the single largest party can be given an invitation to form the government. What's more, even Home Ministry sources claim that the government has no problem with the Lieutenant Governor's view and that the BJP can be given an invitation. A call from the president now looks a mere formality. Well, the BJP, which had 31 sitting MLAs in the 70-member assembly, including one MLA from the Shiromani Akali Dal lending support, was the largest party but refused to form the government after the Delhi Assembly polls last December. Delhi has been under President's rule since the 17th of February this year, after the Arvind Kejriwal-led Aam Aadmi Party government stepped down on the 14th of February after just 49 days in harness. The party, which gave up governance just 49 days into its tenure, was at the receiving end of much criticism by opposition parties, which have not only given up on taking Kejriwal and his party seriously, but also vehemently denied extending any support to the party in the future. It's a credibility crisis for the Aam Aadmi Party. Well, the BJP's Delhi in charge has already met the Minister of Home Affairs, Rajnath Singh. The meeting came after Nitin Gadkari's meet with Delhi BJP leaders, where state BJP chief has expressed his willingness to grab the opportunity to form the next government.
नहीं, देखिए, हमारे को मालूम नहीं कि उपराज्यपाल ने क्या किया है, लेकिन जो हमारा स्टैंड डे वन से बहुत क्लियर है, अगर हमारे पास कोई ऑफिशियल इन्विटेशन आएगा तो हम अपना एक क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस ज़रूर करेंगे और सोचेंगे कि हम सरकार बनाने की परिस्थिति में है या नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारे पास नंबर पूरा नहीं है। अगला सवाल आपका होगा कि आप विधायक कहाँ से लाएंगे, आपका सीएम कौन होगा, ये सारे प्रोबेबिलिटी के सवाल हैं। हमारी स्थिति क्लियर है, हमने जाके कभी क्लेम नहीं किया, हमने अपने स्टैंड को बिल्कुल क्लियर रखा है। ये ऐसा मौका आएगा तो उसका क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस करेंगे कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या नहीं।
Well, the Modi government is in an overdrive to form the next government in Delhi. Top sources have told headlines today that a final view to the president could be conveyed latest by midnight tonight, and the final decision will be announced before Monday. Here's how the drill will actually play out. This is the inside track that we've got. The file is currently with President Pranab Mukherjee. The president now awaits the government's opinion on the matter. The nodal ministry in the matter is the Ministry of Home Affairs, headed by Rajnath Singh. That will take the file to the Union Cabinet and get back with its view. That's what the president is waiting for. The Prime Minister is likely to convey his opinion latest by midnight. The president can ask for a reconsideration, but is finally bound by the government's advice. Deputy Editor Brajesh Pandey live with us. Brajesh, the government's view to the president on government formation is expected by midnight tonight. So we might have some clarity before the weekend is over.
Well, looks like, because once the cabinet sends a clear note to the president on what they think about the particular scenario, and going by the LG lettering of the letter, it's one thing is very clear, that the way it has been written is that the LG has asked permission from the President of India as to whether he can invite the single largest party. The single largest party happens to be BJP, but the BJP is kind of fighting a bigger dilemma than most of the people would try to credit them with. They are fighting. There are two streams of thoughts within the BJP. One which says that any attempt to form a government, which is in a numerical minority, because if they happen to obtain majority on the floor of the house in the assembly, the day-to-day governance will always be held under some sort of a threat, implicit or explicit. And the BJP doesn't want to run a government like that, given the fact that that they have attained such a historic mandate in the Lok Sabha. And the bigger worry for them would be that who would be the chief minister of Delhi, because there is no one such name on which there's an emerging consensus.
And there are powerful voices on both sides. Both those streams of thoughts actually have powerful voices, which is why it's a muddle, like you said, more than what the BJP is being credited with. Brajesh, thanks very much for getting us perspective on that important and developing story.